Listen, I believe God wholeheartedly that this is the season for his people and that we have entered into our wealthy place. I believe that God is answering prayers and fulfilling every promise that he has spoken to us. Listen, I believe this is the season of restoration, of families coming together. I believe it's the time of divine recompense. Everything that God says is coming back to his people, and it's coming back 1,000-fold. Listen, it's coming back 1,000-fold. And I know it might have felt like it was delayed, but God was just preparing you. So I just want to share this word with you because I want to make sure that you're in position and that you're prepared for the blessing. Listen, I'm Corey B. This is Life with Corey B. Make sure you're subscribing to this channel, and I love you with the love of Christ. Be blessed. Not be blessed. Listen to this video. I heard God say by this time next year, I was going to be a millionaire. This is story time. And I wrote it down. So a little bit of my story I'm going to read to you because I wrote it down because I want to remember. And I had to mark the date of when he told me this, okay? He said, by this time next year, you'll be a millionaire. And it's not because I'm chasing money, but it's because I finally understand why God had to sit me down and grow me up. See, God has blessed me with great wealth before, but I mishandled it. Not out of rebellion, but just out of immaturity. I grew up, I've always been self-employed. And for anybody else who's self-employed, we know that, especially a hairstylist, money comes to you. You can make money, and money normally comes to you easily. So, you know, we're not always the best budgeter when it comes to our finances as hairstylists. Because we think about what we can afford, and we like nice things. I'm going to talk about for myself. I liked nice things. You know, I wanted the house. I had to have the house. You know, it's nothing to go on vacations and wear the money, blow the money, treat everybody, because all I got to do is another head to take on more debt and more bills and more responsibilities, because 2 or 3 heads will take care of that. So why not go out here and do this? Yeah, so money always came to me, and so I took it for granted. I took it for granted, and no, I was a giver. Tithes, offering, and I would give my last to somebody. I would bless people. I mean, major bless people, like give somebody a car, bless people, okay? However, I took money for granted because I felt like, oh, money's always going to come, and I didn't do the basic principles of understanding how to multiply my money. I took for granted thinking that money was going to come, and money does come, and money is easy to come. But I'm also saying that you have to be mature with what God blesses you with. And it made me think about the 5 talents. But, okay. So, I'm reading this thing. I just always assumed money was going to come again. And then God told me, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to manage the blessings that I have for you. Let me teach you how to manage the blessings that you have prayed for. He never had me lack. He never saw me without. There might have been low seasons, but he's never seen me without. He has truly blessed me. But I needed discipline, and I needed strategy. I needed wisdom, and I lacked it. I lacked understanding. So last year, God told me clearly, get your ducks in a row. Get your ducks in a row. I'm going to bless you again. But this time, be prepared. Not make a list of what you're going to buy, because for real, honestly, for me, I'd be like, yo, you know how we say, I don't know if you guys say it, but I'm saying, no wonder how my circle of people that I know may say, oh, I've got $1 million. What I'm going to do with $1 million? You know, I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to give this person something. I'm going to do this for somebody. I'm going to buy a car. Like, that was my mindset when I had money, lump sums of money, and it never was, let me multiply this.
like the money was just going to sit in the bank. Especially, like I said, you know, I'm self-employed. I do hair. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So God said, get your ducks in a row. And last year he told me, reach out to financial advisors. But because before you spend another dime, when I bless you this time, I want you to be prepared. And before you spend a dime of it, before you say, oh, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to pay this off, I'm making all of these plans. No, seek me first. Seek me first and ask me, what is it that I want you to do? How do I want you to spend this money? So I heard him say today that you were going to be a millionaire by this time next year. And at noontime, my alarm went off and it was time for me to pray. I opened up my Bible and I went to Jeremiah, the 32nd chapter. And I just literally I just opened it up. I opened up my Bible and I went to Jeremiah 32. And it talks about, I, Lord God, behold, you are great with your outstretched arms. There's nothing too hard for you. But what hit me, and that's a very familiar passageway, but what hit me was the 23rd verse. And the 23rd verse says, and they came in and took possession of it, but they have not obeyed your voice or walked in your law. They have done nothing of all that you commanded them to do. Therefore, you have caused all this calamity to come upon them. That was just confirmation for me all over again. All over again. Confirmation that, God, I am going to use wisdom. Thank you for downloading into me now the strategy. Thank you for the season that you had to take me through and walk me through of the low season of my life. The season of, God, I had to ask you or say, God, listen, I need $1,000 this week, God. Now, I'm grateful that I was able to speak it and God came through for me every single time. But at the same time, I was not wise. I always took for granted. God, forgive me now for taking you for granted. Just for taking for granted because you're my Father and that you love me and you're just going to do it. I thank you that you did it every single time. But God, forgive me for mishandling what you blessed me with. For abusing the fact that you're just God, you are Jehovah Jireh, and that the earth is yours and the fullness thereof, and that you were just going to bless me and see me through. Thank you for the hard season, God, that you walked me through, that you had to teach me how to manage money properly, how to steward my time properly. Thank you for setting me up in a low season for my future, for my glow up. And this is a very long post, and I'm just sharing this with you guys because I want you guys to know that, listen, we are removing things off of our life, and this is the season of God's people. This is your season of acceleration. This is your season of restoration. This is your season of double recompense. This is your season of answered prayers. This is the season of the wealth for God's people. But we have to be in alignment and we have to be in order. And I know that this journey is hard and the pressure is hard and the weight is hard. But trust me and believe, if you just follow God's plan, listen, you will never lose again. Stand still, trust God, keep moving, keep growing, keep believing, be obedient.